Sal. What we got here? Yeah, we just once again clowning with the underground, just checking in with y'all, see what's cracking. It's I decided, man, I'm gonna go ahead and color this bad boy up. But yeah, I think I'm just use two colors though. I think I'm just use black and red. If the red will hold on for me. But yeah, we're just talking current events, news, sports, politics, you know. One thing I give the press credit for, he got them Epstein files off the front page. I said if he did it, I give him credit. So I give the nigga credit, man. Yo, I thought they had the press boxed in. My nigga maneuvered. So I guess when you got that many tools in your tool chest, you get out of anything. So I guess I give credit to him. But you know, he had that situation in Minneapolis yesterday. Man, like I say, it makes me wonder how there's any land left. You would think people would be like, man, I am 5,000. I mean, you can't go nowhere. That's the bad part about it is you can't go nowhere. It used to be a time where as long as stayed out of certain areas or away from certain crowds, you was pretty much safe from all that violence. You can't go nowhere no more. I mean, you can't go to school, you can't go to church, you can't go to church school, you can't go to the mall, you can't go to the grocery store. I mean, so like I said, it makes me wonder how there's any land left in some of these places. Because I don't know what it is. It's like, they talk about this mental illness. It's like, well, have people always been this mentally ill? Or are we just studying it different now? Or are we just hearing about it more? Or what? Because it's like, I mean, what happened yesterday? That would have been the top news for like all year. 20, 30 years ago. Now that's just, hey, on to the next thing. So, I don't know, man. It's like, they keep saying we getting desensitized to all this violence and drama. So, I don't know, man. It's like I always say, it reminded me a lot of them high-speed chases in California where I remember, 30 years ago, a high-speeder would come on. You call the homies like, yeah, nigga, oh, it's on. I used to actually use it as a free form of entertainment. Go put some in the microwave and sit back and relax. And then now it's just like, you scroll through the TV and it's like, oh, another one. And another one. So it's just, and these, what happened yesterday in Minneapolis is, that's starting to become the same way. We're like, you're just starting to lose track. And I just never thought I'd see that day, man, in America. I knew America had its faults like a lot of other countries, but I just never thought I'd see the day where it was just like, oh, another one today? Oh, okay. That's just like off the chain to me, man. I really never thought I'd see this country digress to that. But it's like, like I keep saying, I was talking to my wife yesterday. I will say to the end of time. The biggest mistake that not just this country, but the world made was allowing 10 people to have all the money. I mean, that was the dumbest thing. I don't know what's this. I'm not sitting here saying you got to go to a straight communist system or, you shouldn't get paid for your hard labor, but man, the wealth disparity out there. Who is that playing lumberjacks? Who is cosplaying while your Scottish wife wonders now she ended up married and wannabe influencer? Who is that? Not having a good day today. Maybe somebody not having a good day today. So whoever that is, aloha to you. But yeah, they should have never let all the people have. You should never let 5 or 10 people out there have all this wealth. It's the wealth disparity that's got everything all messed up, and that's why you're seeing all this craziness out there. Oh, is hey, just a hater. They upset because either they money ain't right, they romantic life ain't right. It's just you got a bunch of people that's upset out there. So what I say is the biggest mistake this planet ever made. Whoever that is, I'm gonna just have to time them out if they keep messing with the chat. Who is that? What's up with you? Who is that? Abdullah? What's up with you? But yeah, the biggest mistake this planet ever made was allowing 10 people to have all the money. That's the biggest mistake they ever can make. So that's why you got all these people out here that feel like they ain't got no future. So, and I believe that's why you have situations like you had yesterday, where it's like some of these people out here, they don't see no future. They don't see no opportunity. And like I was talking to my wife yesterday. We was just talking about how it was like, well, when we was in our early 20s, working some of the jobs you really didn't want to work, you could actually see the light at the end of the tunnel. Well, okay, this could actually pays off. This can actually pay off one day. I couldn't imagine being with some of these people in their early 20s, and it's like, man, I'm working this hard, or I don't even get a chance to even work. Even if I am working, it's not gonna lead to nothing but maybe me renting something with 4 or 5 other people. I couldn't imagine being like that, man. And that's because they got the wealth disparity all messed up. Yo, until they close the wealth gap, I just don't see things improving, man. Because, they're talking about this rate cut that's getting ready to happen. And it's like, let me see what I got a timeout here. Who I got a timeout? Okay. Let's see what we got going here. Let's see what some of the haters write. Let me see. Let's take that on the screen there. Okay, we'll remove that, bro. You're not finished. Got with your last line. Okay. We'll remove that and keep it going. Yeah. A lot of people are lost because, like I always go back to, they can't figure out this AI. So that's why they lost. Nobody can. So that's why when they see people hedging their bets, when they see people in AI, they go, well, if that works out, I missed the train. But a lot of people ain't in the AI. So they figure if AI wins, I missed out. Or if I'm working for a company that starts to believe in AI, I missed out because I never learned it. And see, it's like they can't have it both ways. And that's what everybody can't figure out is how big of an influence is this AI going to be on the job market? That is the X factor in for the next 20 to 30 years. Because who was it? I was looking at, was it Microsoft? It was somebody. They just laid off another 1% of their workforce. And 1% don't sound like a lot, but when you're talking about a large corporation, that's a lot. So it's like nobody can figure out. See, it used to be a time you could almost trust the data, you could trust your elders. Well, if you do this probably will happen. And most of the time they was pretty much right. Not no more, because can't nobody figure out these computers. They can't figure out this AI. So it's like, well, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you not to go get a degree. I mean, that would almost be, why would somebody give your kid bad advice? But all at the same time, it's like, should you go to college when all that time and money you're gonna spend, it may be obsolete even before you get out of college. So nobody knows what advice to tell anybody. Nobody knows what advice to take. So people get frustrated. So they start to get all frustrated. And they don't know which way to turn. And that's why you get some of these bad situations that's out there. That's why you're seeing more and more of this. So like I said, until they get the money right, until they start sharing this wealth, I don't know, man. I just see this frustration continuing with people because you gotta get people. That's what Elon was kind of saying on that last rocket launch. He was almost like saying, what he doing is basically just boiling down to, he's just trying to give people a reason to look forward to tomorrow. And it's like to that point now. You got a lot of haters. You got a lot of people that have no hope for whatever reason. They starve for attention. So they come on the podcast and they come on to things like that looking for attention. And it's just like, not a good environment. That's why you hear social media is so toxic. That's why you hear that all the time. Why is social media so toxic? Because people don't see. And see, they know they need to get. They know off grid is their last resort. But a lot of people are like, man, I don't want to do that. I'm scared to do that. So they fight the feeling, and they continue to live the lifestyle that they live in. They get more and more frustrated. So, and that's why you get a lot of haters out here. I mean, you gotta look at it like these haters. You gotta look at these haters on some of these channels. I mean, you gotta imagine how sorry your life has to be to actually take that. I could, like I always say, I could see if we lived a million years. I would say, well, yeah, maybe I'll spend 100 years monkeying around, player hating on people and all that. Man, we live in 70, 80, 90 years if you're lucky. Why would you spend any time going on somebody's channel trying to hate when they don't even know you? You don't know them, they don't know you. I mean, what difference do you think that's gonna make with anything? It's like some people's life is so sorry that's how they get enjoyment out of life. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like you gotta separate yourself from them people, because you wanna know about the ending? Look at the beginning. People are gonna be miserable to the day they go. So you gotta separate yourself from them and get into an environment where you're doing what you want to do. Because I mean, I just couldn't imagine. I just couldn't imagine being out there, and it's like going to a job that you do not like, and you're not even sure if the job is going to be there the next day. I mean, man, you realize the psychological torment some people putting themselves through. And I mean, like I say, I'm a realist. I've had bills. I still have bills. I do understand you got to pay bills. But man, ain't no bill worth that. No house, no car, no Lamborghini, no nothing is worth. You're like, man, I can't stand being here. And I don't even know if I'm gonna have this job in 2 weeks. So all I can tell, because cats be asking me like, let me give me some advice on what to do. So this is for those people. So, and you better, I can say you better find out what you want to do in life. And you better make that work, because ain't no more fallback positions. Like I said, I never thought I'd see the day where certain degrees didn't mean anything. Yeah. And then you got, you're dealing with the haters out there. You got a lot of haters out there. And the haterism just gonna get worse. Is it the ladies? Or it's because we drive Mercedes? Baby, I've been around the world now, and I've been player hated. Yeah, the haters, they gonna be there. They gonna be there to the end. Yo, so you gotta stay away from the haters, because people hate to see you making any sort of progress. Because it takes effort, man. It takes a lot of effort to put things into motion. So a lot of people will sit there and they'll daydream and they'll talk about, man, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and they're not gonna do nothing. They're just not, man. I'm almost 55 years old. I played sports for many years, went to college for many years. Man, you got a lot of people that just want to sit around and hate. And they just want to see how much they can get under your skin. And they also taking notes on your every move, because they don't know what to do. They have no clue of what to do. So who they gonna turn to? Their peers? Who has no idea what to do? No, they're gonna look for you, somebody who prosper. But especially when you talk about dudes. The dudes ain't gonna give you no credit. They're haters. They're gonna try to take notes and try to steal your ideas, but all at the same time, they know they just can't blatantly just steal your ideas, because then they look like fools. So they gotta sit back and try to figure out, okay, now how can I take what he's doing, but then manipulate it to where it's mine? All that energy when all they had to do was else and come up with their own thing. And that's why 99.9% of people out there never prosper and never do anything, because they're too busy watching somebody else instead of playing their game. Like Jordan used to say, nigga, I just let the game come to me. You gotta go out here and impress no fools out here. Nigga knew he was the best. Thank you for that like, G. Yeah, let the game come to you. You too busy watching. Come on, man. But yeah, though, that's why I tell people all the time, man. You gotta play your game, because the haterism, it's just gonna get worse. The day you just can't open up the paper and say, like I said, I remember when I was like 19. I was like, I ain't going to get no job. What's the easy? I needed something for the summer. Man, I wouldn't work at a temporary agency. They're like, well, we were separating cardboard and whatnot. It was hot as hell, but it was a paycheck. It was like, man, you can't get nothing at some, man. When they got it to where you can't get Nathan, man, these fools better stop hating and better figure out a product that they can create that's in demand, a consumer product, something, an AI product, something. Spending time hating. Nigga, hating is not gonna put no food on the table. And so that's what a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people think, oh, well, I'm young, I'm cool. I mean, going around hating, that makes some people laugh. It was funny in high school. I go, okay. I've been around the world, nah, yeah. And I've been player hated. So, yeah, I mean, it's just one of them deals where put that right there. They can't figure out this AI. Yup. So until they figure out this AI, which they never will, because the more I experiment with it, the more in awe of it I am. I mean, I'll just be thinking about all the different industries that's just affected. It's just like, it's amazing. And nobody got the answer. And that's the coldest part. I mean, you still got some people out there that can barely send an email. Yeah, you still got some people out there that barely know how to set up a Facebook page. So, what are they going to do with them people, you ask? It's something called UBI, Universal Basic Income. Yeah, Universal Basic Income. That's what they're going to do with them people. Because they're going to be in the way. Society's going to move. Society moves too fast now for a lot of people. Before AI. Ain't that right, Chicky? See, even Chicky know. Society moves too fast now for a lot of people. So you had these computers on there. Got to take care of them people somehow. UBI. Then you start saying, well, where's that money going to come from? Start to say, where's that money going to come from? Yo, don't know. That'll be a whole nother debate. Like I said, the biggest mistake this planet ever made was allowing 10 people to have all the money. You wouldn't have, I would say you wouldn't have about 90% of the world problems you do have if they disperse this wealth more evenly. But see, some people feel like, for some people, it's not even about the money. They just want to feel like they're smarter than everybody, or they want to be led to believe that they're smarter than everybody. And that's really their reward. They could care less about the money. But this AI, that's about to break their heart. Because that AI is the coldest. It's the coldest. And ain't there human being gonna be able to come remotely close to its intelligence. And that's why you got all the haterism out there. Because people can't handle being number 2 on the food chain. Yep. Not after they've been told, well, you the best thing since sliced bread for a million years. However long human beings been here. What you mean I'm number 2? What you mean I'm number 2? Oh man. Ain't that right, Chicky? That's why you got all these haters out there. They can't handle so-called not being number 1 on the food chain. It's like, well, they be telling me a little story or whatever at a party, and people are like, man, you sound like a fool. This app I got over here, now that's a storyteller. You know what that's going to do to some people's ego? I like when I get like the one person that sits in here, my stalker. I like that. That person is really helping me get my watch hours up. So whoever you are, thank you. You could donate some money, but you donate money indirectly. So, yep, I get this one person on here. No matter what, it's always at least that one person. And obviously they must like what I'm saying. Or they have nothing else better to do. That's crazy how somebody really didn't have anything else better to do all day long than to get on YouTube. I would imagine if they must have a hell of a lot of money, or their house must be filthy. Because man, I get on. I watch some things here and there, but I never really stalk anybody. I think it's funny. Oh, here's somebody else. What's good with you? Maybe somebody will say aloha so I can move the... I don't know what this last comment was. Something Akbar. Whatever that means. I've been called this. I've been called that today. As long as they get on. I don't care what they're saying about me. As long as they're saying it about me. Keep them watch hours going. So I can get paid Friday night. Party jumping. But yeah, it's just damn mosquitoes. But yep, they should have never let one small group of people control so much money, man. That's the big mistake that this planet made. And not just in this country, it's throughout the world. Man, you gotta share their wealth, man. I mean, how much money do some of these people be needing? I be hearing about the ones that be killing me though is I be hearing about people making like 150, 200, 250 a year and be like paycheck to paycheck. I'm like, how? How is that? How the hell is that humanly possible? They start breaking out a student loan and the daycare and the cars, then the more. I'm like, y'all couldn't pull back a little bit? I'm like, man, I don't get it. If you can't make it off of like 150 a year, if you still paycheck to paycheck at 150, if you living paycheck to paycheck and you making 150,000 a year, you need to go back to elementary math. I mean, how can people be spending that kind of money? I mean, the thing about it is them be the people with the Netflix and the Hulu's. I be saying to myself, when the hell do you got time to watch all that? You should working. So I don't get it, man. I do not get it. So I don't know. Maybe it ain't meant for me to understand. All I know is when they come out with that UBI, they're gonna have to. You'll know. They're getting ready to drop interest rates. If this economy don't start popping, if they drop interest rates next month in September, if niggas ain't completely flush with cash and jobs by next summer, it ain't never coming back. Because they keep talking about the economy is good. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's good if you got money, it's good. You on Wall Street, but how many niggas on Wall Street? Not many. So, you're going to start to see the real effects of all of this in about a year. If somehow they all somehow pull a rabbit out of their head and start creating all these new jobs, or somehow, that's why he talking about sending people a rebate check. This nigga said, I better get some money in these people's pocket. I just don't see these jobs coming back with AI. And if these gigs don't come back, if these jobs don't come back, it's bad, man. It's bad. That's all I can say. It's and the thing that makes it so bad is it's almost like the beginning of the earth again. It's like nobody knows where to start. There ain't never been, human beings ain't never had to compete with another species. And that's what's making this so difficult. It's like you just have nowhere, you no clue where to turn, who to trust, whose advice to trust, where to invest, where not to invest, where to move, where not to move, where am I safe, where am I not safe? Is it overpriced? I don't know if it's overpriced. Maybe it is overpriced. Maybe it ain't. Will it be overpriced in 6 months? I don't know. Will this area even be here in 6 months? I don't know. There is too much uncertainty with very important facets of society. Job market, credit market, housing market. People don't know what to do. Do I rent? I don't know. Do I buy? Well, I don't know. Maybe you should buy. Should I kind of buy? I don't know. You can't look at historical data because historical data didn't have AI. See, people always knew. That's why they fearing a recession so bad right now. People always knew that even in a recession, the economy will come back. We'll create some jobs. And yeah, they're going to create jobs. They just ain't going to be jobs for humans. And that's going to be the problem. So what do you do with all these people? How do you feed all these people? How do you give these people money for entertainment? How do you keep these people from resorting to crime when they don't have anything? You can't just pay them once. You got to constantly pay these. You got to pay these people the rest of their lives. That's the problem society got. Now, unless they got a trick up their sleeve, now unless they can figure out a way to even out this wealth disparity somehow. But I don't see that happening. You're gonna see some really, really big changes within the next, like I say, the next year is gonna tell you a lot about society. Because they got a problem that needs to get fixed now. Yo. So I'm gonna leave y'all with that little clip today. Y'all leave me some comments. Tell me what y'all thinking. I mean, like I say, try to stay sucker free. Try to stay devoid of these haters, because the haterism is only gonna get worse. Because then people have no future. And see, a lot of them never even had a future. So it's like, well, I never had a future, and you're telling them I'm not gonna have a future. So the haterism is only gonna get worse. But we prep all the time for the haters. We prep for them all the time. So y'all hit that like button. Y'all hit that sub button. Y'all hit that like button. Hit that notification button. We coming back at you. Aloha and mahalo.